All right, bring the meeting to order. Open with a pledge of allegiance and roll call. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Sanfilippo.
Here.
Carstensen.
Here.
Mish is absent. Madigan.
Here.
Zakachewski.
Here.
Turner.
Here.
McCarty.
Here. All right, any announcements or correspondence? Announcements, correspondence, okay, approval of October 1 and October 21st, 2025, planning and zoning PCB meetings as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Sanfilippo.
Yes.
Carstensen.
Yes.
Madigan. Yes. Zakachewski.
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
McCarty.
Yes. All right, any public comment besides what we have on the agenda for this evening? All right, well, any old business we have? None. Okay, so new business, PZB 2513, consideration of a request for a variance relating to a setback for the front and side property lines for the construction of a garage to be located at the front yard of 40810 North Grand Avenue, Antioch, on the property tax number of 01242304-034.
Mark Janik, village planner. As you might remember, this part of the village was just recently annexed into the village through a process that the village board approved. This homeowner is one of the newly annexed properties, and they're proposing a garage in their front yard. The variation here is not only that it's in the front yard, but it's also very close to the front and side property lines. This is not a normal situation in the village, given that most of the time you're not going to have somebody come put a garage 6 inches from the front property line. However, these lots, which are much different than the normal village single family lot, has their backyard water. It's a waterway right there. And the typically garage has to be behind the front plane of the front of your house. And in this particular case, they can't fit it because of the situation with their lot. There's not a lot of lots like this in the village, but this is one of them. And it's also recently annexed. When this house was constructed, it was under different zoning laws, property laws, Lake County. Now that they're in the village, they want to do this garage and they have to come in for a variation. The petitioners are here tonight. Do you have any questions for me?
Start with Ms. Sanfilippo. Do you have any questions?
No.
Ms. Carstensen?
No questions.
Ms. Madigan?
I just have one. So this property already has a garage attached to the house, correct?
Correct, it does.
So this would be an additional garage.
Mr. Zakachewski?
No questions at this time.
Mr. Turner?
More of a comment than a question. I think to the being familiar with the area and the street, it's really common for the lakefront property to have garages that are, isn't the front yard technically the water?
No, not according to our.
Yes.
Not according to our village zoning code. That might be different in Lake County, but right now, the village zoning code does not have does not recognize the difference between single family homes that have a water body behind them and then street in front of them. It still is the front yard. Every single family, well, at least as defined in the code, the front yard of a house, of a structure in Antioch is where the public street is. So this is the front of the structure.
The public structure definitely faces towards the street, so that's where the front yard is. That's why we're looking at that little bit of a difference there. All right, so I'm looking for an approval thereof.
The petitioners are here, just in case anybody wants to ask them any questions.
Would they like to state anything?
Sure.
Please, if you would, please, be sworn in.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes. Just to clarify, even though this isn't going to be an additional garage, we're hoping to remodel the existing garage space into living space just to make the house a little bit more up to date. So this would be replacing that. And it would be consistent with other houses on the street. There's 22 out of the 23 houses have.
Could you please give me your name,
Oh,
state
sorry.
your name and your address for the record?
Cynthia McDonald, 408010 North Grand Avenue.
Right, so garage you're looking to in the future to convert it to living space. Did we and are we understanding of that to be part of this process?
Not part of the application. The application was strictly relative to the garage.
Do we have an issue with that for this application?
I do not have any issue with that.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. very
Just for
much your input.
clarification, it's an attached garage, right, that you have now?
Yes.
Presently it's attached, yes.
Right.
So that application will be separate from what we're looking at right now for adding a garage in front of the property. All right, thank you so much. Looking for an approval thereof or denial?
I'll make a motion to approve PZB 25-13, consideration of a request for a variance related to setbacks from the front and side property lines for the construction of a garage to be located in the front yard at 40810 North Grand Avenue, Antioch, Illinois, 6002. And the property tax number is 01242304-034.
A second?
Roll call?
Sanfilippo,
Yes.
Parsonson,
Yes.
Madigan,
Yes.
Sakuczynski,
Yes.
Turner,
Yes.
Murray.
Yes. All right, thank you so much. So that's been approved and we'll move forward to the next item on the agenda. PZB 2514, consideration and request of a text amendment for special use for relief to allow the petitioner to construct and install an electronic message board sign on the existing masonry structure for the property commonly known as 433 Depot Street, PIN number 0209200022. If you would please.
Okay, the petitioner, District 34, is requesting a electronic message board. What's a little complicated about this is that currently the zoning code does not allow electronic message boards outside of business districts. So, what this petition includes is a change in the code, an amendment to the code to allow electronic message boards to be located in the estate, actually in residential areas, but in this particular case, the estate residential area. And then the second part of this is the request for the electronic message board itself, which would be a special use in the residential area. So there's an existing sign right now, pedestal sign, monument sign made out of CMU block, I believe. There's a sign on that monument, And what the idea is that District 34 wants to switch out the existing sign itself, not the monument, but the existing sign, and replace it with message board. Now, District 34 has previously come in and requested electronic message boards from the village. Two of their schools, at least two of them, have electronic message boards just west of here. So this property is farther, way far east on Depot. Not much around there at this moment in time, but it is a special use. So there's two parts of this request. One is to approve electronic message boards in this residential district, and number two, special use for the electronic message board. Petitioners are here. Mendez is here tonight.
If you'd like to come up and speak towards your request, that'd be great. Please raise your right hand and be sworn in.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but?
I do. Hi, my name is Cuauhtemoc Mendez. I'm the Director of Operations for District 34. As Mark explained, we have come before you in the past to get an approval for a message board at Petty Elementary School. We also currently have one at Antioch Upper Grade School. We recently just implemented one at Oakland Elementary School. That's Lake Village jurisdiction. And now we'd like to add to Hillcrest Elementary School a message board. And like he mentioned, we have an existing message board there already with power and everything. So all we want to do is retrofit that existing one to an electronic message board for the community and, be able to communicate better with the community as we've done in the past with the Petty Elementary School. And I just also want to make a note that most of the funds were raised by the community, by the PTO. They've contributed a large portion of this money to implement this message board.
Thank you very much. Any comments, Ms. Sanfilippo,
No.
Ms. Carstensen?
Yes, are we also making a text amendment in here to our existing?
Yes, you are.
And it's only talking about operating proper, what are we exactly changing?
What you're changing is you're allowing, you're allowing something called civic use.
But I thought we did that already. So what's
We've
different?
done it in the past, but we did it as a special use.
So we're just saying they don't have to come before us in the future?
Not for message.
Then I'll be a no, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Madigan?
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding. So this sign already stands 8 feet tall.
Approximately, it's a little taller than I am from the ground to the top of the message board.
Presently, it's 6'11.5".
I don't know if you have the existing diagram. So from the ground to the top, you're 8 feet 11 or 6 feet 11 inches.
6'11.5".
Yes. And the message board itself would only be approximately 3 feet tall and the width of the sign. So it's not the entire structure that's going to be a message board.
So it's gonna be larger than what you have now where they manually put the letters up.
It's going to be approximately the same size because they're going to remove the manual part and install the electronic board in its place.
And then what kind of, I mean, I know there's an example in here about Veterans Day, but we have recently told the high school they couldn't have all the graphics, so I'm concerned if
We're going to comply with the same as we did with Petty. It's going to be, we don't do live pictures like they do. We don't, they obviously do highlights of, particular athletes and stuff like that. We don't do that. Mostly it's going to be like Veterans Day notifications to the public of like, Teacher Institute days, parent teacher nights, stuff like that. No, I guess, live portraits. It'll be like, the animation will be cartoonish like we do at Pet. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Petty one. They're,
I haven't driven by
Okay.
that way in a while, but,
so, and then just to comply with, as we've done in the past, the message board will have a night and daylight setback where the brightness will come down at night. And then we also intend to turn it off at night after normal, after school activities that typically end around 9, 10 o'clock. And then turn back on about 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning before school starts.
Mr. Zakuchimsky.
No questions.
So trying to think here how to say this the right way. So to Commissioner Carson's point, is there a way to not be a roadblock here for business to separate the two? Can we approve with just the special use and not have to blanket approve basically everyone that, I mean, we've done so much work on this.
For the
board.
applicant, right, Mr. Turner?
That's what I'm
I
talking,
agree,
that's what I'm
yeah.
talking about. We've done so much work on this board to make sure that we don't have situations that we've been blindsided in the past. We've had other applicants that have just built signs and come to us and said, sorry. And that's, we have an applicant here that's coming to us, beforehand, which is great. So I guess that's the question I have. Is there a way to just go through this with the special use and separate the two?
Not possible right now. Because electronic message boards are only allowed in business districts right now. And what this petition is doing is allowing electronic message boards as a special use where there's a civic use. Okay, only where there's a civic use.
So this is only concerning civic use, period.
That's correct.
So anybody else that comes before us, it has to be a special use.
It'll
To
be a
work.
special use anyway. No matter if it's a civic use or not. It's not being proposed as a permitted use.
To address.
Only as a
okay, that was the answer I was looking for.
To
That
address,
makes me
to
feel
address
much
your
more
concern,
comfortable. Yes,
Ms. Carson said, absolutely, this is only for the civic use.
civic uses.
Okay.
That's correct.
That's where the text amendment comes into play for civic use. That's
it's
it.
allowed as a special use. They still have to come before us every time.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Well, every time for a change in the school, for instance.
or
No, for the electronic messaging,
Oh, yeah, that's
messaging
correct.
board.
If they
Okay.
want to make it larger or something like that?
Well,
No.
no,
Any electronic board.
we don't allow the electronic message boards outside of the,
Every electronic board that has to come before us, they need a special use, period.
That's correct. They still do.
okay, okay.
Period.
Because I'm not, just to be clear, I'm not against this at schools. there's
You don't
gotta
wanna
be
open
some
up the
control here.
floodgate. You don't want
Yes,
to open
yeah.
up the floodgate.
yes. Open up more for the high school sign then?
No,
No, okay.
that's restricted still based on the light eminence that it does, what it does for its flow for animation and other things. So that's still restricted on that level, as far as I know.
Not with legislation relative to the high school.
Every one of them, every one of our electronic signs do not allow animation. So that much has been restricted forever.
High school actually, as part of our request, turns their board off at 7 PM at night because there's houses right across and it's very bright.
Correct.
Sure, you're all familiar with the property. In front of us, there's a cemetery. And
You have not a lot of people awake at that point right there.
Oh, but it's still a busy.
We still,
street
we
with
can't, we
folks
just,
looking at
we
the-
can't just allow everybody
Yeah, no.
to have this, this, and then all of a sudden, everybody comes in.
I mean, I think the concern on Depot would be more so like people bike there. There's a bike lane, right? We need to be concerned about traffic and safety. So that's the concern there, less about the resident.
All right, thank you very much. So We all have our answers, I believe. Looking for a positive and or negative response to PZB 2514.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve PZB 25-14, consideration of a request for a tax amendment and special use for relief to allow the petitioner to construct and install an electronic message board on the existing masonry structure for the property commonly known as 433 Depot Street, PIN number 02-09-200-022.
Add to that, if we could, please, to fall within the restrictions that we've had in place for the village for all of our electronic signs.
Second.
Roll call.
Sam Flippo.
Yes.
Martinson.
Yes.
Madigan.
Yes.
Sakajewski.
Yes.
Yes.
Murray.
Yes. Thank you very much. That passed. On to the next item on the agenda, PZB 2515, consideration for request for a text amendment and a special use for relief and allow the petitioner to construct improvements to an existing structure located at the property commonly known as 1275 Main Street, PIN number 0217200046.
Okay, this is a little bit similar to the last one. This is a, what we refer to as a civic use. This is the township, Antioch Township purchased this property. It was previously used as a church, religious facility. Township bought the property and they have their operations there, their offices. And they also would like to move the assessor, Antioch assessor, into this location. They would also like to operate some other, I would call them non-governmental organizations, Meals on Wheels, for instance. There's also a gymnasium here. They want to use that. There are some improvements as shown on the architectural drawings that you have. They're not huge improvements, but there are improvements. For instance, a handicap ramp on the front. They're doing improvements so that the assessor can move in at some future date. They want to improve the gymnasium, have some seating there. So there's various things that they want to do here. Not huge additions or anything like that. Nothing major relative to the site plan, nothing changing relative to the access points. But the point is that they bought the property, but their use is not actually allowed in the R1 district. This is an R1 residential district. So again, what we're suggesting is that there's an amendment to the zoning code, which adds civic use as a special use in the R1 district. Approval of that amendment or recommendation of that amendment will allow the township to then come before you, same petition, same night tonight, and request special use for their not only their use, but what they're trying to improve, add to the building. So that's my summary. Do you have any questions? The petitioner is here, I believe, to discuss this.
Petitioner would like to state anything toward their fact? Please come up, be sworn in.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Chris Shepherd, Antioch Township trustee. What we're trying to do is make the building ADA compliant, support community activities such as youth sports leagues, senior services, services for our general community, also things in the nature of general assistance, helping the needy. We do have Meals on Wheels goes out of there. For instance, Rotary and Lions Club just a couple weeks ago sent 160 some odd food baskets out of there for the needy. That's just the general of what we're doing there. It's a big improvement over what we had. It is inside the village, which is better than being outside the village where we were located before. Happy to answer any questions you have. If they're architectural, we got the architect here to answer those.
Any questions? Ms. Sanfilippo?
So just to clarify, it's the Faith Lutheran, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's gonna be done in phases, the construction?
Correct.
So can you speak to like what will be done in the first phase, which is what we're approving or?
I'm not sure what's on the agenda to approve. I know,
We're approving tonight.
Okay,
the goal is, number one, to get it ADA compliant, or more so ADA compliant. We have a wooden ramp to get the people in now, and it's, to be honest, it's kind of hokey. We would make a front entrance that eventually will have an elevator in it. We'll have an outside access for the assessor's office. It's ADA compliant. And then as we go along, we're gonna add things to make the building more usable. It's much more usable than what we had. And the end goal is, when we were talking about expanding the gymnasium, is to make it so that if mom and dad drop their kid off there for iceless hockey or whatever activity we might have going on, they can safely watch the sports in the gym without being in the way or getting run over by a bunch of little kids or whatever might be going on in there. Did that answer your question?
yeah, and the parking that's on site is sufficient for the use?
Tomorrow we're gonna host 100 and some odd, 120 seniors. We managed to park enough, we have enough parking to host them all at once. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, it's.
How many parking
it's-
spots are
it's-
there?
It's not a matter of what we could do. It's a matter of, from our village planner, if we have enough parking spots for that facility.
Yeah.
Please swear in. Name,
Do you swear to
address,
tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
and your name is?
Yeah, my name is David Choi. I'm principal architect of DFSAL Architects, located in Barrington. Yeah, speaking to the parking, we did the parking count for the civic use portion of the code. And we currently have 63 spots, which is more than satisfactory to the code amount. So
The code for the square footage for what's allowed?
yeah, I believe it's on the civil drawing. We used a calculation of, I believe it was 400 square feet per user or per spot.
There be any more questions? Ms. Sanfilippo?
And not at this time.
Ms. Carstensen?
I don't read these as much as Mr. McCarty does, but I'm trying to understand what the additions are outside of the ramp. Obviously, I appreciate the ADA compliance, but it looks like it's these locker rooms or something.
Yeah, so the master plan of future phasing is going to include locker rooms and then a mezzanine on top of it to have a viewing area so that we can kind of consolidate the space there. We did not want to get too far outside of the envelope just because there is a pretty steep hillside there, which is for stormwater and just also cost prohibitive for the township as well.
Okay, so is that all the changes then? The ADA stuff, the mezzanine, the locker rooms?
Yes, and then the assessor's office is taking over to the existing activity rooms. The bathrooms will not be increased, so they're simply just mainly aesthetic, and then we're actually reducing one of the stalls so that we can get an accessible stall, because there aren't any accessible stalls in the bank of restrooms there.
And that would be adequate for the use and the size of the
Yes, we did a plumbing
square
code study as
footage.
well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it for me. Thank you.
Ms. Flanagan?
So the actual structure, nothing is being changed with the structure other than making sure it can be ADA compliant on the exterior, right?
By structure, are you
Like the footprint right now.
Is the footprint gonna increase?
Correct.
No, the footprint is not gonna increase. In actuality, even the locker room for future use, it's kind of an odd lean-to like structure right now. It's a wooden, just kind of shed that's connected to the building. That's gonna be taken off because it's not really being used at all. So in terms of actual, square footage increases, it's negligible.
One question I have, is the building that's adjacent to it, is that being demoed completely or is that,
The Carson's house?
Yes.
Is going away.
so that is being demoed, so it's reducing the space for the footprint for what you have there? Completely,
Yeah, for the site, correct.
thank you,
Yeah, building footprint on the site is gonna shrink.
agreed. Mr. Zachary Chimsky.
Just to clarify, the locker room mezzanine that's on the east side, kind of where the dumpsters are,
Yes.
the lean-to,
Yeah,
and then you're gonna go up.
yeah, it'll be a two-story structure.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's fine.
And
Mr. Turner?
I don't have any questions at this time.
to speak to that last question, it is, the gym is a two-story structure already, so it's matching and actually gonna be lower than that height. So it's not gonna be protruding further than that existing.
Thank you.
But Mr. McCarty, I had one other question.
Please?
Is the lighting on site changing, or did we get a copy of the lighting plan?
We don't have a lighting plan right now. Right now, we're only replacing the existing emergency lighting. We're relocating there. I believe there's two wall sconces on the entry, but we are raising that entry level to meet the main level entry. That's what the ramping is for. Currently, if you enter at about, if the parking lot is at 0 feet, it's a split level up and down. So that's the main issue is we can't get wheelchair users or people with disability up the stairs in a safe manner. So we are relocating existing lights to match that new height, but we're not adding any additional lights to the project. There will be like knee-high ramp lighting for safety, but
Sure.
that'll only be during operations or if there's an event.
Okay.
So any future lighting for the parking lot, if you're going to add things, would you come before us for a photometrics plan and get it approved from the village?
Yeah, absolutely. If we're able to provide photometrics for it.
Shoot from where we're at right now.
I believe so. I would have to defer to Mark to where that.
There was some sort of improvement on site, but if they want just to do lighting, they would come in with a photometric plan that we would review, make sure that there weren't more foot candles at the property line than there should be. But the photometric plan itself would not require a review by the planning commission unless they were gonna do something different construction wise. Then they would come back in because they're a special use and any sort of improvement that they would do, we have to come back here, be reviewed by you guys.
So otherwise, anything we have to do for photometrics would be approved by village staff. All right. Any other questions from,
I do. So it does look like you guys have some landscaping in here. Cause you'll obviously have to probably take some out to do some of this. Can we request some native planting instead of just random stuff?
Yeah, we have a landscape architect on it, so that's what we're planning to do.
So can we focus on native, local to the area?
Yeah, absolutely. That's our specialty to make sure we're not doing anything outside the ordinance. There
We
won't
could-
be any palm trees.
we could have the village back that up with what's happening for the reconstruction. Thank you, Ms. Garcia.
Yeah, absolutely. And that'll be part of our submission when we go through permits as well.
Anything else from the board? All right, so I'm looking for a positive or negative recommendation for PZB 2515.
I'll make a motion to approve PZB 25-15. consideration of a request for text amendment and special use for relief to allow the petitioner to construct improvements to an existing structure located at the property commonly known as 1275 Main Street, and the PIN is 02-17-200-046.
Second. Ms. Megan, second. Roll call.
Sanfilippo,
Yes.
Carstensen,
Yes.
Madigan. Yes. Sakuzinski,
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
McBride.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, looking for a motion to adjourn.
Mention that this was step one, that they have to go to the board.
So PZB 2515,
No,
you
no,
were
Oh, not in general.
in general
Yes, sorry.
for all,
Everything has to go to the village.
everything's got to go to the village board.
No, but they may not know that. I mean, the government, the township knows, but we have residents.
Anybody who's been approved for this evening has to go before the village board. We're just a recommending body. We do not make approvals 100% on our end, which apparently I take an advantage for our moment. So yes,
You normally say it.
yes, yes, we all have to, all of your requests and approvals tonight go before the village board and they approve you for your final end
You
approval.
know that, but
Thank
we
you so very
might
much.
not.
All right.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All approved.
Do you want me to pull up minutes from previous
No.
meetings so I can
No.
show you about?
No, I have, I know, but there we are.